Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sarah and I post weekly what's for dinners, random grocery hauls, and recipes in between. I will always link the recipes down below, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. First, I'm going to make an apricot chicken for you. I had this jar that I got, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was going to use it for something else and never did. So I just looked up different recipes to make with this, and this sounded good, and it really did. It turned out really good. Anyway, first you are going to put in a whole jar of apricot preserves, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and you're going to heat it up and then bring it to a simmer for 15 minutes. And once it's been about 15 minutes and it's reduced down just a little bit, you're going to take it off the heat and pour it over your chicken thighs. And I put salt and pepper on them as well, so don't forget to do that. And you're going to cook it at 425 for about 40 minutes, but every 10 minutes you're going to take it out and baste it. And I just served it with a can of green beans and our favorite potatoes. I will link how we do that down below. I've made it a couple times on here. And now I'm going to be making tater tot casserole. This is something I've never made before, so I kind of read quite a few different recipes and kind of made my own variation of it using everyone else's ideas. Of course, there aren't very many different variations of this, but I added a couple seasonings myself that I thought would make it taste good. So I just started off by dicing an onion and cooking it up. And we like our onion pretty, or I like my onions like really cooked. I don't like really the taste of onion at all. And I had 2 pounds or 1.5 pounds of ground beef that I had thawed, that I had in the freezer, and just put a little bit of salt and pepper on that. Next, you're going to transfer that over to a separate bowl. Start adding everything in. Started with just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and a can of cream of mushroom, 1/2 cup of milk, about 3 tablespoons of sour cream, a little bit of thyme, and some seasoned salt as well in that, and mixed it up really well. And then I also added in probably about a cup, maybe 1/2 cup of mild cheddar cheese. Next, you're going to pour that mixture at the bottom of your baking dish, and then I top mine with a can of green beans because that's just what our family prefers over, I've seen other ones do corn or things like that. But anyway, and I also put a little bit of salt and pepper on top of the green beans, just added flavor. And I topped that with the tater tots, and then about a cup or so of the rest of the cheese, and I baked it uncovered at 350 for 20 minutes. And then I actually broiled it for 3 to 5 minutes just to make sure the tater tots were nice and crispy. I thought I was going to be all fancy and try to line those tater tots in there, but I quickly changed my mind on that. That would have taken forever. and it turned out awesome. Everyone liked it, and I will definitely be making this again. And now I'm going to start with a homemade spaghetti sauce I'm making that's actually going to be part of this night's dinner, and spaghetti later on in the week. But I'm going to make lasagna right now. First, for the sauce, I am starting with a diced up onion. Like I said before, I cooked mine for probably a good little while. A pound of, I guess you could use Italian sausage, but this was just mild, I believe. Mild sausage, and then once this cooks up for a minute, I'm going to be adding another 1.5 pounds of that ground beef that I told you I had in the freezer and thawed that out. I'm also doubling this recipe, like I said, for this night and later in the week. And then once the meat's cooked up, you're going to add in 2 cups of water, 2 15-ounce cans of tomato sauce, 2 6-ounce cans of tomato paste. And I completely forgot to double the spices right here, as you'll see, so I had to actually go back in after I stopped recording. But I'll tell it to you how it's supposed to be, but of course I'll also link it down below. I chopped up a little bit of fresh basil too to put in this. It wasn't very much, but added a little bit of flavor. But then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of parsley, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then you're going to just stir it up and cook it for 30 minutes at a simmer. And now I'm going to be making the cheese mixture while the sauce is cooking. About a cup of ricotta cheese. I was just finishing off a little tub I had and opened up another one. But then a whole block of the garlic and fine herb More's cheese. 1 egg and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and Italian seasoning. And that More's cheese was so good in this. It's just something that popped into my head, and I'll be making it like this forever now. It adds just a little bit more creaminess and flavor. And really, next time I would probably double this. We could have used a little bit more of the cheese mixture. I mean, it was really good, but if you really like that part, double this. Then you're just going to mix it up really well. As you can see, I kind of had to like smash the cheese down, but once it got going, it blended up really, really well. Then you're going to just start layering. The sauce was done, so I put the first layer down below on the bottom, and then put lasagna on top of that. I just use the regular lasagna noodles, and I cook it for an hour at 350 covered. I've never used the sheets, the ones that are for no boil or whatever. I've always used these, and if you cook it for an hour like this, it always comes out great, especially if you have enough sauce. I mean, you want to have enough moisture in there to cook the noodles, obviously. But anyway, after the cheese, I put sauce on again, and as you can see, just layered it up. As you can kind of tell, it could have used a little bit more of the cheese mixture, but anyway, it was really, really, really good. You'll have to let me know which one of these was your favorite to watch. I know my favorite to eat was definitely this lasagna. They were all good, but I love Italian dishes. My whole family does, but they were all good, like I said, and this one was just my favorite, and I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.